Hola, mis amigos. Bienvenidos. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Language Tutor Podcast. I'm your profesor de español, Danny Evans. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Language Tutor. Well, guys, this is episode 5. And on lesson 5 on our YouTube channel, we talked about numbers in Spanish and really gave you the tools to count as high as you want to go. Well, today we're going to practice those while you're on the go, doing whatever you're doing right now. Give you a chance to run those numbers. Now, remember, we started from 0 to 10, and then we took it in sections after that. And also, we brought in a pattern that we can use. So really, numbers are not really that difficult. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to take it section by section. And I want to review the numbers with you in a couple of different ways. Just like we've done on the previous episodes of the podcast so far, I will go over them with you and then allow you a chance to respond based on what I'm saying in Spanish without my help, okay? Just to kind of let you know what you know and what you might need to review a little bit more and just help you progress in your Spanish speaking, okay? Here we go. We're going to start with the numbers 0 through 10. I'm going to say them in Spanish, and I just simply want you to repeat after me just to solidify that pronunciation. Here we go. Starting with 0. Cero. Uno. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. Cinco. Seis. Siete. 8, 9, 10. All right, great. Now let's go back and do 0 through 10 again. This time what I want to do is go in order. I'm going to say it in English, and I want you to say it in Spanish after me. And like I said, we'll go in order this time. Okay, here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now let's go back and do 0 through 10 again. This time I'm going to say them in English. You say it in Spanish, but we're going to go out of order. Here we go. 4, 7, 2, 9, 0, 6, 10, 5, 1, 8, 3. All right, that covers all of the numbers 0 through 10. Now remember that we did 11 through 15 together in one group because they all end with the same 2 letters. And those 2 letters are C-E, se. So we want to go in order first, and I'm just going to pronounce them in Spanish in order. And I want you just to say them after me really quick. Here we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's go back and do those again. This time I'm going to say them in order in English, and you say them in Spanish. Here we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's go back and do them again. This time I'm going to say it in English. You say it in Spanish, out of order. The first one is 12, 15, 13, 11, 14. Great. After the 11 through 15 set, we took 16 through 19. And the reason we did that was because we used a pattern. And that pattern was die, ci. We spell the word die in English, and we add a ci to it. And we get dieci. Now, when we say that, remember, it comes out sounding like diez, 10, and. And really, that's what we're saying. We're just combining it together and making one word. D-I-E-C-I. Now, after dieci, we simply put 6, 7, 8, and 9. So let's go over the pronunciation for 16, 17, 18, and 19. I'll say it in Spanish. You say it after me. 16, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now let's get ready to do our next practice. Okay, let's do those again. This time I'll say that in English and you say it in Spanish in order. 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, let's go back and do those one last time. This time I'll go out of order. 18, 16, 19, 17. Okay, now let's go to the next set, which is 20 through 29. Now we did 20 through 29 together, obviously because they have the same root for the most part. Now remember that 20 by itself ends with an E. We spell the word vein in English, which is a vein that runs through your body, V-E-I-N, and we put a T-E on it. But now, when we add 1 through 9 to that, in other words, to say 21 or 25 or whatever, we change that E at the end of veinte to an I, and we simply add 1 through 9 at the end of that and make it one word. So let's really quick go over the pronunciation for 20 through 29. I will say it in Spanish. You repeat after me in Spanish. Here we go. 20 is veinte. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27, 28, 29. Okay, let's go back and do those one more time. This time I'm going to say them in English, and I want you to say the Spanish. We'll go in order. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Great. Let's do it one last time. This time I'll say it in English. You say it in Spanish, going out of order. Starting with 27. 21, 24, 28, 20, 26, 23, 25, 29, 22. Great. Let's move to the next set. Now, remember, once we get to the 30s, we can simply follow a pattern. And that pattern is simply taking the word E, which is the letter Y, but in context it means and putting it in between the ones and the tens numbers. So, for example, 34 you're really saying 30 and 4. And so we just simply follow that pattern, putting the word E in the middle. But we have to first master the words for the tens themselves. And so that's what we want to focus on right now, are the actual tens words themselves. Okay, so I'm going to say those words 30 through 90, and I want you to repeat after me. I'll say it in Spanish, you say it in Spanish, just to solidify that pronunciation. Here we go. 30 is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Great. Now let's go back and do those again. And just like we've been doing so far, I'm going to say them in English this time, and you say them in Spanish, going in order. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Great. This time, let's go over those tens again. I'll say them in English. You say them in Spanish, out of order. 60, 80, 30, 90, 50, 70, 40. Great. Before we do the hundreds, let's do a quick practice with the numbers in between those tens. I'm going to call out a series of numbers, and I want you to try to say them in Spanish. Now think about the fact that all you do is put that word E in the middle, and other than that, it's simply just saying the tens number and the ones number together, just like we do in English. Let's try a couple of these together. First of all is 77. Okay, you should have said 77. Let's try another one. 52. Okay, you should have said 52. Okay, next one, 34. Okay, that's 34. 61. All right, that should be 61. 95. And that is 95. 46. That is 46. Last one, 89. And that one is 89. All right, let's move into the hundreds. So remember that 100 has two different words. If it's just 100 by itself, it's cien, C-I-E-N. But if we're going to say 120 or 106 or 100 and anything, we change it to ciento. So right now, let's just go with cien because we're just saying 100 and practice the rest of the hundreds here. Now, remember for 200, 300, 400, we're just simply saying 200s, but we have to make it plural in Spanish because there are two of them. It's plural, right? Okay, so 200 is 200. 300, 300. 400, 400. Okay, now remember 500, 700, and 900 are the ones that don't follow that pattern, and they have a change to them. So 500 is not 500. It comes from the Latin root, which begins with QU, so it's 500. 500. 600 follows the pattern, 600. 700, we simply drop the I in siete, and we get this, 700. 800 follows the pattern, 800. 900, the UE in nueve changes to an O, which is no. So we get 900. And 1,000 is 1000. All right, let's go back and do those again. I'm going to call them out in English in order. I want you to say them in Spanish. Here we go. 100. Okay, 100 when we put it with another number. For example, 120. 200. 300. 400. 500. 600. 700. 800. 900. 1,000. All right. And just remember that million is millón, millón, with that accent on the O. All right. Let's go back and do 100 through 1,000 again. This time I'm going to go out of order. I'll say it in English. You say it in Spanish. Here we go. 400. 700. 200. 600. 900. 100. 100 with another number. 500. 800. 300. 1,000. All right, mis amigos, we have covered so much ground in this episode. We've gone over all of our numbers. I hope you feel better about those numbers. And I want to encourage you to keep practicing those all you can. Driving down the road, just think of some numbers and put them in Spanish in your head. Keep working on those all you can. Well, friends, I want to say thank you for hanging out with me on this episode of the Language Tutor Podcast. I hope you keep practicing and keep joining me on future episodes. And be sure to go on to YouTube and type in The Language Tutor if you haven't found our channel yet, and subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll always get notifications when we upload new episodes, which are coming in every single week with great new lessons for you. Well, friends, I hope you are having a great day or afternoon or night wherever you are in the world. I wish for you blessings, and I look forward to us being together again on the next episode of The Language Tutor. Have a great one. Hasta pronto.